May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses, and be nourished through our bodies. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's come to standing. Let's start off with a mantra for purification to purify this space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Sawa Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smarit Pantrikaksham Sabaya Bihantraha Saji. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Salva Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Vihantraha Saji. Om Pavitraha Pavitrava Salva Vashtanga Topiwa Yaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Vihantraha Saji. Through the practice, through the pranayama, the control of the breath, the purification techniques, we further purify the psychic channels within. And the most important thing is to observe ahimsa, loving compassion towards all beings, and loving compassion in all thoughts, actions, and words towards all beings, and for all beings. Now release the arms. Let's begin the practice with a few warm-ups. So stand with your feet about hip-width apart. We're going to do visualization first to begin to bring about inner healing, mentally, physically, emotionally. Bring the arms in front of the body, the wrists the height of the shoulders. As I count to 8, imagine you're breathing from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Hold the healing energy at that spot for a count to 6. On the exhale to the count of 8, exhale through the arms. Imagine all the toxins being expelled at the same time. Inhale, heart to the crown, to the third eye. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold all the attention at the third eye. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, heart to the space between the eyebrows. Hold all the healing energy there. Hold the breath. Exhale all the toxins along with the breath. Out through the arms. Last time. Heart to the third eye. Inhale. Holding it all at the third eye now. Exhale out through the arms. Release the arms. Now let's continue with the warm-up exercises. Start to roll the head in circles, shoulders away from the ears. Feel as though you're trying to touch the shoulders with the ears as the head moves around. And switch direction or rotation. Watch the body moving by itself. Imagine you're the witness. You're not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. Good. And now we're going to circle the right arm only. in a backward sense. And then forward. Left arm. Backwards first. And then other way. Good. Now breath of joy 8 times. First 3 movements done on an inhale. Last one on exhale. You do it. You exhale through the mouth. It looks like this. Out, out, up. Swing down on the exhale. Do it with me. Do it with exuberance. Make it live up to the name. Last one, just stay hanging down. Just allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. Left arm up, inhale, reach up, exhale, bend to the right, right arm up, bend to the left. Continue. One more on each side. And back. Stack the forearms on top of one another, bend the knees a little bit, feet a little bit, widen hip width. We're going to twist from side to side, Kapalabhati at the same time. So just work the diaphragm and just breathe out as you twist. And conclude. Next one is called lion's breath. So you're coming into a squat in this one, and you're allowing your eyes to cross and your tongue to hang out of your mouth. So it looks like this. It's good for releasing tension. Go ahead. One more. And coming back up. Shake out the wrists as fast as you can. And up and down, so the fingers are flapping like the wings of a hummingbird. And release here. Bring your arms up over the head. Turn the palms so the palms are facing up. And we're going to press up off the heels. Inhale, lift up. And back down. Press into the mound of the big toe. Up and down. Press up and down. And up. Get tall. And down. One more. Rise up, stay there, push into the base of the toes, hollow at the navel, push up, even higher, and go down, and release. Okay, so we're going to make our way to the front of the mat now for some sun salutations. Bring the hands in front of the heart, close the eyes for a moment, reset the intention deeply in your heart and your mind to offer up the practice. Imagine all beings everywhere benefiting from this practice through your own experience. So make the experience as pleasing as possible. Now watch the body moving by itself. Raise your arms up over the head. Go down, hands to the ground. Right leg back into a lunge. Sink down through the seat, lift the chest. Come into high plank. Lower down the knees, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Now I'm going to glide through between the arms. Raise the head, lift the chest, come all the way back, seat behind heels again. Glide again forward, brush the nose to the ground, come up, lift the chin, all the way back. One more time. Glide forward, propel yourself forward with the hands, bend the toes under, make your way back into downward facing dog. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. If you need to, lower the back knee. The foot doesn't make it all the way, just move it forward with the right hands. Left foot joins, press the chest to the sides, head down. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that feels intuitive, that allows the breath to remain steady and even. Left foot back this time. Leads first. Coming into high plank. Knees down. Seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between the arms. All the way back. Imagine you're a wave on the ocean. Powerful. Strong. Lift of the chest. Come all the way back. And come forward again. Lift the head up. Bend the toes under. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Heart comes towards the ground. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Sink down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana. Body to the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing, arch back, hands back to the heart. The regular Surya Namaskar now. Bring your arms up and back. Go down. Hands to the ground. Right foot back into a lunge. Into plank. All the transitions smooth and seamless. Ashtanga Namaskara, and then glide forward between the arms, coming up smoothly, gracefully, all the way back, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward quietly, left foot joins, bow to the legs. Come up. Hands back to the heart. Up again. Imagine that God is watching you. So you want to make the offering as pleasing as possible. Do the best of the best that you can. Glide forward into your cobra. All the way back, Adho Mukha. Left foot steps forward. Right foot joins. Bow humbly. Come up. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms above the head, adding a little bit now. Fold down. Bend the knees, bring the body onto your chest, onto your thighs, interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the chest towards the knees, and then use the body to push the legs further back so the seat comes up higher. The hands come over the head. Then place the hands down, right foot steps back, left knee down, seat is down as well. Raise your arms up, hands in Kali Mudra. Arch the back, crescent moon shape. And then come right back down, hands into high plank, body in high plank, and lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Glide through between the arms, all the way back. Right foot steps forward, back knee down, Kapyasana again, hands together in Kali Mudra. Arch the back. And bring the hands back down, step the feet back together, and then from here, fold the body in. Come all the way up to standing, arch back. As you see fit, hands to the heart. Move according to your condition. Reach the arms up and back, press hips forward, come down low. With the knees bent, the chest on your thighs. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Push the chest forward towards the knees, and then push the body into the legs. Send the head down, the seat up. And then bring the hands back down beside your feet. The left foot steps back, lower the knee. Raise the arms up. Curve the spine. And then come right back down into the plank. Knees, chest, and chin down. Glide between the arms. Watch the body moving by itself. Seat all the way back and up. Left foot steps, back knee down again. Kapyasana. Reach the arms up and back. And take the hands down. Step the feet together. Chest to the thighs. Make an expression of bowing humbly. Come up, standing salute. Hands back to the heart. One more variation. Reach the arms up and back. Fold down over the legs. Now lift the head, press into your hands, and then from here, lift up a little bit and just jump back or walk back if you prefer. If you can, Come up into upward facing dog. Thighs and knees up off the ground. Press into the tops of the feet. Make as though you're howling at the moon. Shoulders back, neck long. No wrinkles in the back body. Move the toes back into downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Just bounce to the chest. Try to get your belly closer to the thighs. Loosen up the shoulders. The head is below the arms. If you can bring the top of the head to rest on the ground. If you're more flexible, try to move towards the back of the head on the ground. Armpits close to the ground as well. And here, lift the heels, look to the hands. Jump your feet forward or walk them forward. Again, the body to the thighs, head down. Come all the way up. Return home. One more like that. Arms raised. And the body lowers down onto the sides. Look up, shoulders come over the fingertips, push into your hands hard. And just take a little bit of a lift and then bring your feet all the way back into chaturanga. Push into your hands and swing up into upward facing dog. If you need to, keep your hips on the ground. Move according to your condition. Again, like a wolf howling at the moon. Make the body express that, what you see in your imagination. Push back into downward facing dog. Feel like a dog stretching its back. Get the seat back, the belly to the thighs, the chest towards the ground. Soften the line of the back all the way from the hips through the arms right to the fingertips. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, spring forward or walk forward, feet to the hands. Come all the way up. Return the hands to the heart. Take a moment to enter Tadasana. Breathe in. Breathe out all expectations and all attachments to the results. Do the practice because it must be done as your divine duty. Now from here, hinge at the hips, come down, bend the knees so you can bring your chest onto your thighs. Hug the body to the legs. Wrap the arms around the backs of the knees and then pull the body in and try to bring your head closer to the ground. If you need to, you keep your knees bent so your chest stays with your thighs. If you're more flexible, try to imagine trying to move your chest beyond your knees and the top of the head to rest right on top of the feet. Now from here, step the right foot back, lower the knee down, flatten up the toe. Inhale, come upright, exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. Bring your hands to the lower back and onto the seat. Pull down on the seat at the same time. Push up with the fingertips. Now just pull on the back a little bit so that you're not creating you're smoothing out all the wrinkles in the lower back. Elbows come towards one another. Kapyasana is next. Raise your arms overhead. If you can, join the hands together. Interlace the fingers, index fingers form a point in the same line as the arms. Look at the shoulders a little bit. Try to get them to open. Pull the arms behind the ears. Work at trying to get your body flat, like you're lying on your back. Visualize the index finger going over the back toe. Come up higher if you need to. Stay up higher if you need to. Next progression. Bring the hands on the front knee. Now you can either just push into your front knee with your left hand. Slide your right hand down the back leg. Maybe you bring it to the heel. So curve the body, the side body, no wrinkles. If you want, you can see if you can bring the back foot up. Bring the foot into the crook of the arm. Toes pressing into the inner wrist. Left arm comes around the left side head. If your fingers are close to the ear, you might be able to take your fingers into a bind. And then look forward. Press the foot back into the arm to lengthen the arms. think of a swan's neck. Try to make your body look like the swan's neck. Nice uniform curves. Break the pose now. Bring a foot towards the shoulder to let it go. Now we're going to come up a little bit higher, press into the front knee. Come into a more upright position. Your heel is over the knee. Bend the toes under the back foot. Right arm up, reach up, and then take your hand to the outside of the knee. Left hand to the inner heel. Inhale, push the chest up. Exhale, look towards the back left corner of the mat. Turn your chest completely. Keep lifting up through the lower back. This is very easy for you. Paduvita Paschimottanasana. Right arm up, and then bring the arm down. The armpit is right close to the knee. Bring your hands together in prayer, or left hand in a fist, pushing into the right hand. Pull the body up higher, send the chest comes to thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder all the way back. The chest and the face are up. You want to take a bind. Make sure the elbows below, in the space below the knee. Left arm coldens around the back. Join the hands underneath the belly. If you can, take hold of the left with the right hand. Pull the body a little bit deeper into the pose. Option here to come into a bound triangle. Bend the toes under, lift, and then you spin your feet. Sorry, I have to face away from you. The feet are parallel. The seat comes down. The seat comes up. The head comes down. Try to get the left side, the right hip up, so the leg straightens. If you can't keep the bind, bring your hands back to prayer position. From here, release, bring your hands down in between the feet, and spin your feet towards the front. Left foot in front, and then from here, just push back and forth. Drop your hips, slide your right foot back a little bit more. Go back and forth. Try to get your hips down, close to the ground, and then lower the knee down, flatten out the toe. If you can, roll to the right forearm down. If your shoulder's at the same height as the knee, it'll be easier to do this. And then maybe the left forearm will come down as well. Or if you need to, stay on your hands. If you're very flexible, try to bring your chest right down to the ground. And if that happens, you can take your left arm to the outside and extend your arms. Try not to allow the knee to fall out to the side. Take your gaze forward, unmoving, like a lizard that doesn't blink. Now we're going to return, come back onto the hands, bend the toes under, lift the back knee, and then bring the back heel down, and then bring the hips back a little bit, pull the body in, see if you can get your left shoulder in behind the knee. If you can come onto the ball of the back foot again, and just press forward into the shoulder into the back of the knee. A few times, get a strong connection there. Now from here, you can see if you can just keep your left leg heavy on the arm and raise the left leg up. Option here is to come forward more so that your belly sits on the elbows. Bring the back foot up or keep your back foot on the ground. And from here, you can push into your hands and bring your legs back into upward facing dog from here. Or hips on the ground. If you need to come into cobra, all good too. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften the line of the back. Then bring the right foot forward, back knee down, flatten out the toe. Kapiyasana, arms up, join your hands together. Do the Dharma wiggle to get your shoulders to open. And pull back. Keep the arms straight, close to the head. Make it an expression of offering. Good, coming back upright. You can just press the right hand to the right knee, and then look back behind you, slide your hand down. Maybe you can take your hand all the way to the heel. Just find a nice curve through the side body, no wrinkles in the side body. If you want, you can take the swan variation. Bring the back foot up, bring the toes close to the shoulder, close to the body, so you can bring the foot into the crook of the elbow, fingers by the left ear. Then join your hands together and keep pressing the foot into the inner arm so you can lengthen the arms a little bit. Turn the chest forward. Again, try to smooth out the sharp angles in the arms and the joints. Look up and forward. Break the pose, bring the foot back close to the shoulder. If you're doing that variation, set the foot back down. Now come up a little bit more, move the right foot in, left toes tuck under. Into twist, left arm up, take the hand to the outside foot, the right hand to the inside the heel. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn, look over the right shoulder, beyond the right corner of the mat. Keep pressing against the outer knee and the inner heel. Or Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. I'll do it this way so you can see from another angle. Left arm up, take the arm down. The armpit is right against the thigh. Right hand in the fist, pushing into your left hand, or prayer. Push the chest forward towards the thumb, and then roll the right shoulder all the way back. Pull the right hip back. If you want, take a bind. Left elbow is low in the space below the knee, and just snake it through between the legs, the inside of the body. The right arm comes around the back, and join the hands underneath the belly, against the belly. If you can, move the hand up towards the elbow, left hand up towards the elbow, tug on the arm so the arm straightens, and try to get yourself deeper into the twist. Pull yourself deeper. Option to come into the down triangle again. Look down the front foot, lift the back knee up, and spin your feet around so the feet are parallel, facing on the edge of the mat. If you need to, don't have to. You can come out of the bind, bring your hands back to the heart in Anjali Mudra. Break the pose, release the bind, lower the hands, turn forward, right foot in front, lizard. Rock back and forth, move the right foot to the outside edge of the mat a little bit more. The knee stays over the foot. Just glide back and forth. Push back one more time through the left heel, lower the knee down, flat as toe. Roll to the left. Maybe the left forearm comes down if your shoulder is lower or at the same height to the knee, and then the right as well. And then keep on bringing the chest forward. Keep your gaze still if you can. Bring your chest right to the ground. And if you can do that, you can bring your arms out to the side. Keep the knee close to the shoulder. Now come back onto your hands. Lift the back knee up off the ground, flatten out the back foot. So you see like a warrior lunge here, a low warrior lunge. And see if you can bring the body right back, retract the body, bring the right shoulder in behind the knee. And then turn onto the base of the toes again, push through the base of the left toes, and then forward and back, forward and back. Strong connection between the shoulder and the front of the leg. Move forward a little bit more weight in your hands, and raise your right foot up if you can. And if you can do that, you have to come forward a little bit more so you can press the elbows into the belly, just alongside the belly button. The left leg might come up, and from here press into your hands and swing the leg around.
'Right into upward facing dog. Lift the chest.
Bring the head back. Imagine you're howling at the moon again. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. All fatigue. Soften. Okay, so from here, side plank. Move your hips back. Left hand moves more to the center of the mat in front of the nose. Spin on your feet. Go to the right. Hips stay up. If you want to, you can bring the right foot onto the right thigh. Turn your chest up, or you can bring your toes down to the ground. Slide your foot back. The foot's beside your knee. And a wild thing. So you can take the fingertips back down to the ground. A nice rainbow type of curve. And then back, keep your hips high, and back. Press into your left hand, return to downward facing dog. Breathe in, exhale, breathe out. Keep watching the body moving as it goes to the other side. Right hand plants in front of the nose, and go into the pose. Left foot can stay in front a little bit. Make sure you're not collapsing into your right shoulder. Keep the arms strong. The hand should be a little bit in front of the shoulder. Bring the foot onto your thigh, or drop the foot down to the ground beside your knee. Turn the hips and chest up. Bring the fingertips towards the ground. And then return. Press into your right hand. Keep the hips high, back into downward facing dog. One more round. Any variation you like. On your left hand now, and your left foot, move into Vasisthasana. Modify if you need to. If you found that too much, you can bring your left shin down on the ground. Want to go further? You can go either to Urdhva Dhanurasana, turn your fingertips towards the middle of the mat, spin on your hands. Your feet and your hands land beside one another. Then return again, your fingers facing the middle of the mat. Keep your hips high, smear the heel of the palm into the ground. Back into downward facing dog. And of course, you complete it with the other side. Right hand moves toward the middle of the mat. Lift your hips as much as you can. Slide your toes back. Spin on the heel of the palms so the fingers are facing the middle of the mat, so that you can position yourself to get into the pose more easily. Then return again, spin your finger on the heel of your palm, fingers facing the middle of the mat. Keep your hips high, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift your heels, bend the knees, jump forward to the hands. Lower the seat about the line of the knees, reach the arms forward, come up, lift the chest up, Utkatasana. Bring your hands together if you can, gaze beyond the line of the fingertips. Now strong mind here. Fierce pose. Exercise fierce determination to stay in a pose. Change nothing of the mindset. It stays calm and undisturbed. Now come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands back to the heart. Back into Dasana. From the heart space, breathe out to the space between the eyebrows. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum, back to the heart. I am you, you are me. I am that I am. Release. So a few standing postures here. We're going to start off with tree pose. So you can start off with either the foot in the inseam of the leg, pressing the foot against the inseam, make sure it's not against the knee joint, either below or above. Having trouble bouncing, just keep your toes on the ground. Or half lotus. Bring your knee up towards the chest. Place a foot in front of the left hip crease. You can hold the foot if you need to, or allow the knee to drop. Keep pressing the edge of the foot into the hip crease, hands in front of the heart. Raise your arms above the head. Grow tall like a tree growing towards the sun. Take your gaze up. If you like, whatever happens, remain unconcerned, unjudging, just do your best. And from here, come forward, bend your knees, and you can either sit here like this in the low chair, or if you can, you reach around with the right hand, lift your body up a little bit so you can take the foot, and then place your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, lift the hip again, straighten up the standing leg. Exhale, bring the head towards the shin. Push the foot up into the hip. Bring the forehead to the shin if you can. Now from here, you lift your chest a little bit, place both hands on the ground. I'll do it sideways. Bend the knee again, slip your foot a little bit out to your lotus. Hook the foot, the toes around the upper arm close to the shoulder, and then bring your arms right against the right leg, the shin. So your knee is resting against the right arm, and you can see if you can pick up your right foot. If you can extend your leg, flying crow. Your left leg. And coming back, walk hands towards the feet, and then come up. Release. Breathe in, breathe out. These are all options, just explore them as you see fit. The other foot now. So taking your left foot into your tree pose, whichever variation you're doing, and then stand with your hands in front of the heart. Stand tall and supreme and grow even taller by raising your arms up above the head. Draw the navel in. Take on a consciousness of an ancient tree that's steady, that doesn't get moved by the wind, remains unaffected. Take your gaze up if you like. As though you're saying, I surrender to you, to the highest self, here to do your service. Bring your hands down to the heart. And then from here, if you have, you just slip your foot across the thigh, so the leg sits on the thigh. Reach the seat back and come forward into your low chair. If you had your foot in your lotus, you'd reach around with your left hand, take the body up higher so you can take hold of the foot, fingertips, right fingertips to the ground, and pull your body in towards the standing leg. Raise your seat, bring the forehead to the shin. And then release the bind. Take both hands out in front a little bit. And then bend your knee. So you have to sit low, so it's like holding your shin against your, underneath your arms, like you're holding a newspaper. And you hook your toes around the upper right arm. The shin of the left leg rests on the left arm, close to the shoulder. And so you can pick up the back foot and lean forward a little bit. Eventually you can pick up the back, extend the right leg. Bring your chest forward so you have more weight forward. Break the pose, come back, and then come up. And release. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're going to do sideways, standing back bend. Watch your feet a little bit more hip width apart. Your toes are a little bit beyond the edges of the mat. Toes are pointing out. Bend the knees so that your knees come over your toes. Place your hands on a seat and push into seat. Pull down at the same time. And then lift the chest. Bring the head back. If you feel comfortable, reach down one hand at a time, grip underneath the knees. And just tilt the hands, roll the thighs so that they're turning outwards, the knees turning away from one another, but the shins rolling in. And if you're more flexible, by all means, you can walk your hands down further. If you can see the floor easily, and you feel confident to do so, you can take your hands down to the ground in Urdhva Dhanurasana, one hand at a time, always done with control. To come back, walk your hands closer to the feet, one hand to the right hand to the right leg, really apply pressure against the leg so you can take your other hand off easily and bring it to the left leg. Walk your hands up towards the seat and come back up. Good. From here, open up your feet a little bit more, heels a little bit wider, arms out to the side, hinge forward. And you can take hold of the outer shins or step your feet onto your fingers. Extend to the top head, exhale, pull the body in right between the legs. So the top of the head is in line with the middle of the foot. Shoulders lift. The seat is directly over the head. Some of you who are professionals might be able to take tripod headstand. If your head's on the ground, you bring your hands back, the fingers behind your heels, your arms are parallel. Not parallel to another along all points, the arms are at right angles. And then push into the head, push into the hands, and then circle the legs up into a headstand. So this is an option, again, for advanced practitioners. Come back down, open up the legs again, press into your hands. Keep lifting up through the seat. Land your feet as quietly as a whisper. And then come back up, lift your head, arms up to the side, and come back up. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra from the heart. Again, Soham consciousness from the heart space. Breathe up to the third eye. So, exhale, hum. Back to the heart. Release. Good. We're going to walk our feet back together. And then come down onto our knees. Sukha Gomukhasana. Right arm up. Turn the ivy elbow so it's facing back. And bend the arm so the hand comes down the center of the back. Push into the back of the heart. Lift up the elbow a little bit higher. Push it further back behind the head. If you can, left arm comes down from underneath and takes the bind from below. Tug on the hands. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale. Keep grounded to the seat. Drop the shoulders so the neck stays long. And release. Other side. Left arm up. And same thing. Bend the elbow. Try to get the hands to the elbow come further back behind the head. Creep the fingertips further down the back. So if you take the bind, the hand is already quite low on the back. Makes it more accessible. If you have the bind, tug on the hands a little bit, bring them further down the back. Lift through the heart. On the in-breath, exhale. Reground through the seat, and the shoulders come down as well. Break the pose. Release. Next is headstand. So if you know what you're doing, go ahead into the pose. Other offerings, you want to do teddy bear. You can have your hands beside your knees, fingertips in line with the knees. Bring the forehead down in front so that when you roll forward on the top of the head, your
hands are where you can see them. They're at right angles. Walk the feet forward and just press just underneath the knees against the elbows. Keep pressing with your hand. You can dance from one toe to the other, like hot potato type of action. Or eventually be able to flex your toes, then pushing the base of the toes and keep yourself up as you bring your knees onto your upper arms. If you want, you can eventually come onto your fingertips. And it's actually, you get more balance because your fingertips have directed pressure. It's a little bit easier to find a balance. Flex your toes again to remind yourself to keep your core engaged and active. Come down wherever you're at. Rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Next option. So trying to work out eventually getting into a freestanding headstand for those who are more advanced, but maybe one hand at a time.
Bring the left forearm down, the head beside the hands, just like the
top head's right against the wrist, right here in this area.
Other hand in tripod headstand, turn the fingertips away, raise the left leg up and back behind you. And then just from here, just pulse up and down, push into the forearm, push off the roots of the toes, and then eventually you can keep pushing through the back foot so that you can come up. Press into your fingertips, keep your legs close to the body. Pushing through the back foot until you find the ease of alignment to stay up. And then one finger at a time, come up off the fingers. Most of the weight on the upper arm, the forearm, and the head of the left arm. Come up off right onto the fingertip of one finger, the index finger. Eventually, you'll be able to take the arm up. Okay, so just balance here. Keep pushing through the back foot. And raise the arm up beside the body. Eventually, you'll be able to take the foot. You have to keep bringing the foot back, the hips over the shoulders. Pull on the foot. Go ahead.
Or repeat one of the other options if you're not comfortable coming into headstand.
If you feel a little bit more rest is needed, forehead on the ground, lift up the seat, roll towards the back of the head. Seat is over the knees.
Break the pose, come back down. Now, try it on the other side. With the right arm down.
Place the top of the head just against the wrist. Turn your hands so fingers facing away. They're equal distance apart. Lift your seat up. Raise the right leg up. Bring the foot all the way back behind the body. And then come onto your tippy toes. Keep pushing to the forearms. And see if you can just, if you rest your left thigh against the body, you might be able to find a balance. Bring the right foot back further. Keep your legs very bent. Come onto the fingertips of one hand, eventually one finger, and then eventually take your arm up. Air pose is always an option, or teddy bear.
Move according to conditioning.
And come back down. Gently.
Roll your way back up. Find your way onto your back. Lie on your back for a couple breaths. Breathe in through the skin. Breathe out all fatigue. Send it out of the body. Send all efforts out. Shavasana, the queen of the postures. Bring your arms beside the body, palms down. Raise the legs. Push into the arms. You can lift your seat. So you push into your arms until your feet go behind your head. You can get them on the ground, even better. And then just move your shoulders in a little bit. Try to move your hands, your arms closer together behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Get your heels, your palms together, and your forearms close. Then this is what you want. Feet over the hips over the shoulders, hands on the back, come up one or both legs at a time. Straight line from the toes down to the chin. If you need to, you keep yourself in the tuck, bring your forehead and your knees to the forehead. Or just rest your seat on your hands with your legs extended straight up if you need something more restorative. If you have a lotus, you may go into your lotus now. Make it look more like a meditation pose. Always use your hands if you need to. If you're right on top of shoulders, you may bring your hands to the thighs as well. Try to push your knees harder if you're in lotus, above your hips, higher than hips. Concentrate on a seat of divine perception located between the eyebrows. If you have a lotus, you may keep your lotus, go into Pindasana, bring your thighs against the body. If you can, wrap your arms around your lotus and hold your hands together underneath the seat. Otherwise, legs are straight, plow pose. If you want to go deeper, drop your thighs against the body, knees on either side of the head. Go deeper within, beyond the body, beyond the mind. Getting ready to come out to the pose. If you have the lotus, keep your lotus. Otherwise, bring your hands behind your back, palms down. Lower yourself gently. Keep the legs close to the body. And land your seat right on your hands. Thumbs are together. Bring the feet down. And the feet are down on the ground. Push into the lower arms, the elbows, and the hands. Push up the chest. Get the top of it to the ground. Try to get your head as close to you as possible. If you're in lotus, reach for the feet. Pull on the feet. Try to keep your elbows and your knees on the ground. Now really try to raise your heart up high. From here, if you have a lotus, release your lotus. Bring your legs up 45 degrees, your hands together in front of the thighs, your arms at the same angle as the legs. For those of you who can, out with your legs straight, raise your legs up and do the pose that I'm doing right now, flying fish. Vastrika breath, breathe very fast through the nose like a sniffing dog. Break the pose, bring the legs down, arms down, and bring your head out. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Arms up over the head,
Come to seated position.
Starting off with Paschimottanasana. Bring your seat back a little bit. You need to. Keep your knees bent. Raise your arms up. Hinge forward.
And take hold of the edges of the feet or the ankles.
Keep on trying to bring your chest beyond your knees, just as we did in the standing version.
If you can get your legs straight, go ahead. Extend your heels forward. Lay the legs flat on the ground. Keep the body with the thighs. Inhale. Lengthen all the attention to the base of the spine. Exhale. Melt more weight into the legs. Try to use the body to bring more release in the backs of the legs. Perhaps you feel a throbbing sensation as the blood rushes to the base of the spine where your attention is. Imagine as the energy trying to make its way up, be released all the way up through the body.
And coming back, Hanumanasana. Lean to the right a little bit, and if you can, you can swing your left leg all the way back. Reposition, so pull the right hip back, left hip forward a little bit, and then bend the toes under, make your way into Hanumanasana. If you need to, you come into Ardha Hanumanasana, bring your back knee, your hip over the back knee, and then from here work the pose. You can stay here if this is more to your ability or flexibility. Otherwise, you slide your forward, bring your seat forward, and then works a little bit better if your front foot is sliding up off the mat. Okay, so pulse to both feet and to the pose in a mindful way. Don't overstretch. If you're all the way down, or if you have strong thighs and you can keep yourself engaged by engaging the muscles of the root and the thighs, you might be able to take your arms up over the head. Cross the wrists and open up yourself to divine grace. Embody courage, devotion. Release. Go to the other side. Lean to the right. Left leg comes around in front. Right leg goes back. And again, modify if you need to. Start off in Ardha Hanumanasana first. With your back knee underneath the hip. And stay there if this is where you're at. Or go further. Keep your hips even. You have the option of taking your arms up over the head if you're all the way down. If you know other variations, advanced practitioners, go ahead. Reach up to full height. Keep your hands beside your hips if you can. Try not to lean forward. And release. From here, lean forward and lift your legs. If you can bring your front leg back. Lie on your belly. Rest the forehead on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start off with Cobra. If you need to start in Sphinx, you can hold the edges of the mat too. Scooch forward so you can tug on the edges of the mat. And then lift the chest up, pull on the edges of the mat. Anchor down through the hips and the tops of the feet. And curve your spine. Eventually you'll be able to let go. Walk your hands closer to the body. And make your way up. Do it gradually. Think of length. Trying to lift the chest up away from the seat. Like to come onto fingertips too sometimes. Get more height. Bring the head back. Imagine heads coming directly over the seat. or the middle of the thighs. Slowly make your way down. Rest the forehead on top of that stacked hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Working towards King Cobra. Open up your legs a little bit. Bring your hands back along wrist in line with the heart. Roll the shoulders back. Come up slowly. Keep on bringing your chest forward, away from the seat and up. Once you're at your full height, come onto your fingertips one at a time, one hand at a time. Right close to the hips. Push into the fingertips. The hips are almost both hips are up off the ground. Just your legs are on the ground. Bend the knees. Imagine squeezing socks behind your knees. Point the toes. Bring it up and back. And your head might find the toes eventually. Flatten your hands if you can, if you're in pose. And break the pose. Come back down. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Ball pose, or Dhanurasana. Bend the knees, reach back, take hold of the ankles. The feet tend to be slippery, so it's better to take the ankles if you can. Lift the chest, take half breath in, from the ground, take half breath in, lift the chest, keep the thighs on the ground and push the ankles back into your hands. And if this is good, pull on the legs, try to get your legs up off the ground, your thighs. Okay, and keep tugging, try to get more of the body up. Look up, you might be able to see your toes. And come back down, pulling the heels towards the seat first, and releasing. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, Dhanurasana. For those of you who are quite flexible, and be mindful of this, okay? Because it's can be intense. So you lift up, you take hold of your leg close to the knee. You lift the leg up, and then you do the same. It's easier to take the other leg once you have one leg in place. And then you just try to pull on the leg, try to get your legs straighter. If you want, you can rock. And if your hands are close to the knees, and you pull with your legs, so you're trying to get your shins to the ground, you'll be able to come right onto your thighs. Maybe you can even get your feet down. So this part is where it's tense. So you don't have to go all the way, just come to the place where you can. So not for people who are very stiff in the back, obviously. And back down. Bring the heels towards the seat, relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Always be mindful you don't go to the place of pain. Know your limitations. Pain and anxiety is not what you want to offer up. So just do the best you can in the body that you can. And then come back. Hands underneath the shoulders. Bring your seat back. Roll up. Open up the knees a little bit more. Bend the toes under. So from here, lean back. Hands on the feet. Fingers facing towards the floor. You might be able to lock your baby fingers together. Your heels are together. Your toes can be further apart, and your knees are apart. Now push your hips forward like you're trying to fall, like you're about to fall on your thighs. Your chest is up, your head is back. Rapid pose. Stretch from the body. lean back, and then take right hand to the right side of the seat, left hand to the left side of the seat. Push your way back up. Plant your toes, child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll your way back up. Take your legs out from underneath, bring them in front. Your knees are together. Your feet are a little bit halfway to your, from leg straight, leg right up against the body. Right hand behind the back, left arm up, reach up, and then push your forearm against the right thigh. Outside, inhale, push the lower back in, exhale, turn to the right. All the way, look over the back shoulder. On the in breath, push the arm into the back, lift the lower back. Keep your knees together. Now, option here. Bring your left hand down beside the right hand, and then lift the seat. Come forward so your chest is forward, your level eyes on the ground, and allow your legs to sit on the left arm. Side crow. If you want, you can extend your legs, push out to the base of the toes. You can rest your body on your right arm, right elbow. Some of you might be able to take your left leg back as well. Keep pushing through the base of the toes. Your ear can even rest on the ground. Okay? And come back down. Try it on the other side now. Knees together, right arm up, elbow to the outside of the thigh. Left arm right down the center of the back, close to the seat. Inhale, lift, push the chest up. Exhale, turn to the left. Keep pushing your knees towards beyond the right edge of the body. Back straight. Stay here if you like, or you can try the side crow. Right hand down, come forward so your chest is level to the ground, your seat is back. You bring your left elbow in towards the hip crease, so you're sitting on it. And your legs sit on the right arm. Extend the legs, push up to the base of the toes. Keep your head forward, reaching forward, the right leg can come back. If you need to, your left side of the head can rest on the ground. Lots of different progressions here. And come back. Now rest on your back just for a few breaths here. Extend your legs. Come down on your back. Breathe in. Exhale. Sigh out all fatigue. Let go of all effort. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Let go of all tension, all effort. One more time. Breathe in through the skin. Imagine you're breathing in light and energy. Exhale, diffuse it all the way throughout the body. Feel recharged and rejuvenated. And now come to seated position. So we're going to do a little bit of pranayama before we settle into relaxation, final relaxation. Find your way into a comfortable seat, sitting tall and straight. The back has to be completely vertical. So from here we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. Alternate nostril breathing, for this one we're breathing in through the active nostril first, holding the breath. Exhale out the active nostril, inhale back, right away through the less active. Hold the breath, plug both sides of the nose, engage the locks, exhale through the active side. So for the locks, you're contracting the muscles of the perineum, the root muscles pulling up towards the navel, suck the belly up and in. Imagine you trying to hold yourself, withhold going to the washroom. Okay, and then your chin comes up, your chest comes up high. Bring the chin against the chest. The tongue comes behind your teeth to the upper palate. Attention is at the space between the eyebrows. Left hand in Yana Mudra. Second finger and thumb connected, other fingers extended, resting on your left knee. Right hand Vishnu Mudra. Second and third fingers fold down, turn a hand towards, palm towards you, and then it becomes the mudra used for pranayama. So the right thumb blocks off the right nostril, right ring finger for the left nostril. Make sure that you find your left active nostril first. Close off one side, send a few puffs of air through, see which one seems to allow the breaths to pass more easily. Default to the left is they feel exactly the same. So I'll walk you through it. Sitting up tall now, right hand close to the nose to prepare, breathe in through both sides. Exhale, release, empty the lungs. Now, close off the right side, the right ring finger, right thumb, inhale to the left. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, plug the nose, both sides of the nose. 2, 3, 4, engage the locks, third eye focus. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out through the active side, less active side. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in through the less active side. 4, hold the breath. Chin on the chest. Third eye focus. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out through the active side. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the active side. Nice big breath in, taking a lot of air. Hold the breath for 16. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out through the less active side. Release all the locks. 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the less active for 4, 3, 4. Hold the breath for 16. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Breathe out through the less active. Breathe out through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, active. Hold the breath for 16. Close both sides of the nose. Exhale through the less active side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the less active side for 4 counts. Hold the breath for 16. Even count for the inhale, the hold, and the exhale. Exhale through the active side. Release the locks. 4 count to 8. Continue on your own. 4, 16, 8 is a ratio of inhale to hold to exhale. Keep the back straight. Next time you breathe out of your active side. Exhale out of your active side. Conclude. Once you're done, lie on your back. Prepare for Shavasana. Ease your way down. Ensure that you have enough warmth so you don't get cold during Shavasana. Bring yourself into a position that allows you to completely relax and be still for about 15 minutes. Repeat to yourself mentally 3 times the following sentence. I will remain awake and alert during the instructions. Now, the best of the best is about to take place. Simply receiving all the benefits of the practice given to you by all yogis everywhere. Bring all your attention to the left hand. Nothing exists except for the left hand. Suggest to it to relax completely. All the fingers first, the thumb, second, third, fourth, and fifth fingers just become limp. Back of the hand and the palm of the hand are soft without tension, as is the wrist. Completely loose wrist. And as you start to bring the attention up the arm, the forearm, and then the upper arm, feel those areas getting heavy as a result of relaxing them and allowing them to go limp and dead-like. At the top of the arm, the shoulder joint is loose and inactive, and all the heaviness starts to come into the back body as well on the left side. Feel everything sagging from its own weight, the shoulder blades. Bearing weight on the rib basket or on the ground, and just pushing all that weight towards the ground. Down into the lower back, feel cushioned by the softness below. Down into the pelvic joint, and then the seat. The hip joint is immobilized, becomes so heavy. And with the seat, the heaviness in the seat, it just keeps moving down into the thigh, which makes it very heavy as well. And keep bringing your attention lower and lower until it gets to beyond the knee into the lower leg. Relaxing those muscles. And into the ankle joint, which is loose, inactive. Down into the foot. Bottom of the foot and the heel are soft. Top part of the foot, no tension. And the toes, one by one, just go limp. Then the right side, the same process of relaxing. Bring your attention to the right hand. Relax everything in that hand. The fingers first, allow them to go limp. Thumb down to the little toe. And the back of the hand, the palm of the hand, which are soft. And the wrist joint loose, inactive. Moving up through the arm now, starting at the lower arm near the wrist, up through the elbow, and then to the upper arm and shoulder. The whole arm becomes like dead weight. So heavy indeed. And then from the shoulder it starts to make its way down the back of the body, the right side. Back sinking into the ground. The lower back just being cushioned by the softness below and yielding to that softness. And then into this pelvic joint and the seat. Weight creeping in and just dispersing itself among the joints so that it becomes very heavy, unmovable, and thus grounded and stable. The seat is heavy, as is the thigh, which is the next receiver of that heaviness. And it keeps on moving down into the lower leg, past the knee joint. And into the lower leg. From there into the ankle, the bottom of the foot, the heel, the soft front of the foot becomes softer as a result of relaxing. No tension there. Not in the toes either. One by one, the toes fall prey to even more heaviness, even more release. And then within the torso, all the organs in that area of the body becoming inactive, feeling so sluggish that they have to stop or reduce their activity to a great extent. The lungs, the left and the right, the heart, kidneys, liver, diaphragm, all the rest of the organs. The control center of it all, the head, is resting heavily on the mat as well. The forehead shows no signs of tension or strain, nor do the eyes, which are soft, just gazing at the back of the eyelids. And just everything, all the features relax and soften, the jaws in a comfortable position, neither clenching, neither allowing for crunching, the teeth together, grinding them, or just holding lots of tension there. Tongue is resting in its bed. Throat relaxes, the whole jaw relaxes. And as you trace back up your awareness, up the neck to the bottom of the brain also becomes quiet. Watch the body sleeping or seemingly sleeping completely comfortable, completely released from all tension. Just imagine the body just becoming one with the earth, sinking further and further until it disappears from view. And when it disappears from view, it disappears from your awareness as well. Lose all body consciousness. In your mind again, visualize yourself walking within yourself, opening up the door to your heart, walking in, and thus coming face to face with your highest self, the greatest, most divine manifestation of yourself that you are trying to attain through your life experiences, through the practice of yoga, through the quest for self-realization. And strive to be that highest self that you see in your imagination. That is your true nature. Repeat to yourself 3 times mentally the following auto-suggestion. Ingrain it in your heart and mind. I am divine love. You are divine love. Now prepare to bring that divine love, radiate it out to the world through your practice and off the mat as well in your daily lives. Start to bring the body back into your awareness. Become conscious of the breath, the toes, the fingers, the arms and legs, the head, forces to animate the body. Reconnect to the physical form, drop yourself back into that physical form, and re-enter. Coming out of Shavasana now, and coming back to seated position in a mindful, gentle, and quiet way. Close the practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it out to all beings. Remembering always your true nature, divine love, higher than all forms of human love. Express it to all beings, for we are all one. We are all the same. We are all divine. Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. It's concludes our practice. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Have a great day. Have a great year. Happy New Year again. See you soon.